Greetings. Black Light. I come to you today in all sincerity to try to get you to use your divine mind to decipher your challenges that you're going through this particular time and the state of existence or your state of being that you're in now. And here to advise you that if you want to get to the truth, always go to the root. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad always say, speak in the past, present, future tense. So you go to the past to see why you're in the state of being that you're in now, to propel you to the future, where you can look at the future and determine just where you want to be, or just where you should be, or just where you need to be. Living in Detroit, state of Michigan, United States of America, in the year 2019, in the month of February, all events all events involving your state of being or your conditioning that you're in have been mapped out. You've always been treated like a herd of cattle or a sheep, a flock of sheep that need a herdsman or a shepherd to guide you. There's been an attempt to mislead you. Now, what's being taking place today is false information, negative propaganda. Propaganda only means to promote a cause, or promote an idea, or promote an agenda. And it doesn't have any good or bad attached to it, except some is negative, depending on what side of the fence you're on. Some can be positive. When it comes to the Constitution of the United States, this is where you go to the root and why the Constitution of the United States was ever invented. And then you ask yourself, your ancestors. Now, is your ancestor those who wrote or invented the Constitution of the United States? And if you don't see yourself or your ancestors involved in the Constitution of the United States, then you know it wasn't talking about you. That's the root of the matter. That's the root of the truth of the matter. Most people that they call Negroes or African Americans or Native Americans or Indians wasn't the topic of the Constitution of the United States. And they made some amendments, but the amendments are not involving the root. The amendments is just some alterations that always can be adjusted for the time that you're living in. So when a state of emergency or a national emergency is called, that's an act of military implications, meaning that the Constitution is suspended and that the people of that particular country is in danger. And the president has full jurisdiction over the fate of the people. The people of the Constitution, which don't include the black man or what I could say the original people of the planet, so-called African American and so-called Native American, are outside of the Constitution. And you say, well, the amendments don't say that. But when you go to the root, study the root, I'm not going to go through the history. You'll see that and follow the root of the so-called African American and so-called Native Americans. You see that all treaties were broken and it don't apply to the Constitution according to the Supreme Courts. So you see that all that is happening now, you see that all the armies are being prostrated around the globe for war. They're taking positions, strategic positions on the planet to do battle against the population of the planet Earth. Now we're going to continue on the other side of this to give you the conclusion and the point that I'm trying to make. Black light.